Yo, what's up, good people? What is up? Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Welcome to the Neural Dojo podcast, where curiosity, creativity, and intelligence come together. In the dojo, we call this binary banter. These are short, sometimes raw conversations about AI, tech, and where we fit into it all. Me, I'm Kyrie, aka KT, the AI Sensei. And today I've got a topic everybody needs to be updated on. Because shopping isn't the same anymore. Applying for a job? Not the same. Even accepting a job offer? Yeah, that's not the same either. Even walking through a grocery store may not be as simple as we think it is. What if the price in front of you isn't based only on what the product costs, or even supply and demand? What if it's also based on what a system thinks you specifically are willing to tolerate? How much more will you pay because you need it today? Now, flip that around. What if your next job offer, shift, or contract rate is based on what a system thinks you'll tolerate? Except now, instead of figuring out the most you'll pay, it's figuring out the least you'll accept. That's what we're calling the desperation premium. And this isn't some far off science fiction possibility. Different versions of these systems are already being built and used. So, yeah, man, let's get into it. Companies trying to charge you as much as they can, that's not new. Getting the most work from somebody for the least investment isn't new either. Not too long ago, coal mine owners would have loved this technology. Factory owners would have loved it too. Some coal companies own the mine, the worker housing, the company store, and major parts of the surrounding community. But they couldn't follow every worker all day or recalculate a different offer for millions of people in real time. That's what changed. The motive is old. The surveillance, the scale, the speed, and the precision are new. Companies have always grouped customers too: age, income, neighborhood, shopping habits. Back then, they needed surveys, focus groups, and broad categories. Now a system can watch what millions of people do and keep testing the offer. Most people aren't thinking about this when they enter their phone number at the grocery store. You're just trying to get the discount. I get it. I do it too. But that loyalty account can build a history of what you buy, when you buy it, which brands you prefer, and which coupons work on you. It can also show what you'll still buy at full price. Online, that profile gets even deeper. A company may see what you searched for, what you clicked, what you left in your cart, how long you looked, and whether you wait for discounts. Even how you move your mouse can become another signal. Put enough signals together and the system can start making predictions. This customer is going to buy anyway. This one needs a coupon. This one may be willing to pay more. Now, let me slow down. That doesn't mean every store is changing every price for every shopper. And it doesn't mean every price difference proves somebody is targeting you. Prices change for normal reasons too. But companies can use personal behavior to shape prices, discounts, promotions, and even which product somebody sees first. That's where surveillance pricing comes in. Dynamic pricing asks what's happening in the market. Surveillance pricing can ask, what do we know about this person? That's a very different question. And this isn't limited to what happens online. Physical stores are becoming more measurable too. Computer vision can track where shoppers move, how long they stay near a shelf, and whether they pick up a product and put it back. Some researchers are also testing systems that estimate facial expressions and basic traits from surveillance footage. Does that mean your grocery store is reading your face and raising the price because you looked excited about the cereal? No, I'm not saying that. But the pieces are easier to connect. Cameras, loyalty accounts, apps, location data, purchase history, digital shelf labels. A digital shelf label isn't surveillance pricing by itself. It's a faster way to update prices. The concern is what happens when that speed connects to everything else the company knows. That line between the physical store and your digital profile is getting real blurry. Now take that same calculation and turn it around. Instead of asking how much you'll pay, the system asks how little you'll accept. This is easiest to see in gig work. Think about an Uber driver. An offer comes in with the pay, pickup distance, estimated time, and destination. They've got to decide if that number makes sense, usually while they're already working or waiting for the next ride. Every time they accept or reject an offer, the platform learns something about what they may be willing to work for. That history can help estimate their reservation wage. Meaning, the lowest amount they're probably willing to accept. Imagine two people who can do the same task, same city, similar experience. But the system thinks one is more likely to say no, while the other has accepted lower offers before. If it can predict each person's tolerance, it may not have to offer them the same amount. And here's another part people miss. What the rider pays and what the driver gets can be calculated separately. So the customer's price can move up without the driver's pay moving up by the same amount. Same ride, two different calculations. And this setup, it isn't staying inside rideshare and delivery work. Some nursing apps let healthcare workers compete or bid for shifts. So that means two nurses in the same city can see different shifts and rates with little to no explanation. Crazy work, quite literally. So this isn't just about somebody delivering your food. We're talking about the same logic reaching people responsible for patient care. And get this. Researchers also warn that debt-related data could help a company estimate how desperate somebody may be for work. Now, that doesn't mean every nursing app is doing this. We don't have proof of that. But the risk is real and the capability is there. But once financial pressure becomes another signal, the system isn't only pricing the work, it's pricing the worker's ability to say no. And this isn't stopping with gig apps. These systems are already showing up in job ads, resume screening, interviews, scheduling, pay decisions, promotions, even who gets fired. So shopping for a job may involve being profiled before you even know the opportunity exists. Applying can involve being scored. Working can involve being measured all day. And getting paid can involve an algorithm estimating what somebody like you is likely to accept. On the customer side, the number can move up. On the worker side, it can move down. Same strategy, different side of the transaction. Now, to be fair, not every form of personalization is bad. A useful discount can save money. A work platform can help somebody find an open shift. Faster markdowns can reduce waste. But there's a line between understanding what somebody values and calculating how much pressure it'll take to make them give in. There's also a difference between matching a worker with a job and finding the lowest amount that worker can be pushed to accept. Personalization sounds helpful when the system is trying to understand what you want. It becomes something else when the system is trying to find your breaking point. So what can regular people actually do? I want to be honest. There's no magic browser setting that'll make you invisible. And there's no guaranteed trick that'll beat every pricing or employment algorithm. But you can reduce some signals, compare more often, and make fewer decisions while you're under pressure. Dojo drill number 1 is to break the automatic profile. Turn off location access where it isn't needed. Review your personalized ad settings. Clear old cookies. Remove apps and extensions you don't use. And check what services have years of your activity stored. This won't erase you, but less unnecessary data means fewer unnecessary signals. Dojo drill number 2 is to run the comparison check. Don't automatically trust the first offer. Compare the app with the website, check the price, logged in and logged out when that makes sense, check another retailer, and use tools like Keepa or Honey to review price history. Then look at the final checkout total, not just the big discount at the top. A difference doesn't prove you were targeted, but comparison keeps you from assuming the first offer is neutral. Dojo drill number 3 is to set your floor before the timer. For work offers, figure out your minimum acceptable rate before the offer shows up. Include your time, travel, fuel, taxes, unpaid waiting, preparation, and what you may lose by saying yes. For a major purchase, decide your maximum budget and your walkaway point before the countdown timer starts flashing. The point isn't to outsmart the algorithm, it's to stop urgency from making the decision for you. Dojo drill number 4 is to preserve the pattern. And in honor of the latest Spider-Man movie, which was amazing, by the way, I'm gonna co-brand this one. Listen to your Peter Tingle. If something feels meaningfully off, document it, take screenshots, record the date, time, location, price, account status, and whether you accepted or rejected the offer. One strange result proves very little, but a pattern gives you something you can compare, question, dispute, or report. Discernment gets stronger when it has receipts. And for the business owners listening, ask better questions about the systems you buy. Don't ask only, can this increase revenue? Or can this reduce labor costs? Ask what the system is optimizing for, which personal signals it uses, and whether two similar people could receive different treatment. Ask whether somebody can understand or challenge the decision. And ask whether the system is finding fair value or finding the person with the least power to say no. Yeah, maybe you squeeze a little more profit out in the short term, but now you've got legal risk, discrimination risk, reputation risk, and a massive trust risk when people realize the deal was never neutral. Look, AI didn't invent this incentive. Companies have always wanted to know the most customers will pay and the least workers will accept. What changed is how much data is available, how fast it can be processed, and how easily a different decision can be made about every person. And that person may never know the decision was personalized. So this isn't a panic message. But shopping on autopilot isn't enough anymore. Applying for work on autopilot isn't enough. Accepting the first offer isn't enough. If the system is studying what you'll tolerate, then you've got to protect your ability to slow down, compare, ask questions, and walk away. That's part of AI literacy now. And we talked about AI literacy way back on episode 14. So go watch that if you need to. There's probably something showing up right now in the upper right-hand corner of the screen that'll link you to it. The old system tried to control the market. The new system is trying to calculate you. And the more accurately it can calculate you, the more important it becomes that you don't let convenience turn off your judgment. Not fear, not hype, discernment, discipline, and knowing your number before somebody else's algorithm decides it for you. I'm KT, the AI Sensei. I appreciate you spending some time with me inside the Neural Dojo. Share this episode with somebody who shops, works, applies for jobs, uses loyalty programs, or basically participates in the modern economy. So, yeah, pretty much everybody, right? Until next time, stay curious, stay balanced, and keep training your mind. Peace.